Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and very good day everyone. My name is Maslina binti Buang from Polytechnic KUCHING Sarawak. Today I would like to present to you the research on the topic solid waste generation and composition in Polytechnic KUCHING Sarawak. Firstly, I would like to introduce to you about Polytechnic KUCHING Sarawak. Polytechnic KUCHING Sarawak or PKS is located at 28.5 km and take about 33 minutes from Kuching City. We have 8 academic departments, 17 non-academic departments, a dorm, 2 cafeterias, and other buildings such as library and malls. Solid waste management in Polytechnic KUCHING Sarawak is managed by Majlis Perbandaran Padawan (MPP), and NRICon Sarawak Sdn Bhd is a company appointed to collect the solid waste twice a week in Polytechnic KUCHING Sarawak, transport the solid waste, treat and dispose to their landfill. NRICon provide the collection and transportation services. The research is supported by the following literature review. A good understanding of waste generation and composition is important to ensure the efficiency of solid waste management. The excellence of waste management needs an accurate data on the generation and composition of waste as reported in Tenzoshi. Second, the solid waste management system needs an update data to suit the quality, quantity, and composition of the waste. Some categories of waste need attention and treatment and differ according to their source as researched by Shadi. An updated data on the composition of solid waste needs to research and in order to propose better handling and management for the generated solid waste. In the year 2015, the Malaysian Ministry of Urban Wellbeing Housing and Local Government (KPKD) revealed 2 statistics which Malaysians produce an average of 49,670 tons of waste every day, and only 10.5% of this waste is recycled. These 2 statistics indicate that the increasing of solid waste is going to result in environmental pollution, health problems for communities, and bottlenecks to economic growth. Thus, the increasing amount of solid waste is one of the most challenges to regulatory authorities in maintaining clean city. The reason why the research was conducted are shown in problem statement. The solid waste management in Polytechnic KUCHING Sarawak has a problem such as inadequate equipment used for collection and open dumping or improper handling of solid waste. This situation results promotion of microorganisms, undesirable odors which affect the environment of the surrounding, a lot of severe impact on environment such as surface and groundwater contamination through leachate, soil contamination through direct waste contact or leachate, and spreading of disease by different vectors like birds, insects, and rodents. There are 3 objectives in this research. First, to identify the solid waste flow in Polytechnic KUCHING Sarawak. Second, to determine the generation and composition of the solid waste in Polytechnic KUCHING Sarawak, and to propose proper waste management strategy to Polytechnic KUCHING Sarawak. The scope of research. The location of the project is at Polytechnic KUCHING Sarawak, comprising academic and non-academic area. The sampling period during 2 seasons, first semester break and current semester, and using methodology of source segregation. And the last one, the analysis involved generation and composition, moisture and carbon to nitrogen ratio for the waste. For the methodology for source segregation, the sample were taken from 4 different categories of generation. First, academic building, dormitories, office, and student affairs. These four categories are representative because they cover all the activities carried out at the campus. For the composition analysis, the sample were classified manually into two categories: recyclable item and non-recyclable items. The collected waste was segregated into 10 categories and labeled as organic waste, paper, plastic, glass, metal, and others. The result from the solid waste sample analyzed to obtain the percentage for each subcategory. For the moisture content analysis, each sample weighed and then were taken in certain amount of porcelain cups and dried in an oven at 105 degrees Celsius for 24 hours. The sample was weighed again and moisture content was calculated by dividing the readings of reduction in weight from initial weight. And then for carbon to nitrogen ratio analysis, the sample weights are kept in the oven for 24 hours with temperature 700 degrees Celsius, and then the waste was processed in order to get powder form. After that, about 2 grams of this powder form burned in analyzer machine. The determination of carbon to nitrogen ratio value analysis was referred to laboratory manual test method in Sarawak plantation services. The finding for generation is approximately 6,500 kg per week, and this volume estimated cover all the waste generated in PKS. The data obtained shows that the total waste generated 540 kilo per day, and from the survey, the truck will only collect the waste 2 times per week. Currently, there are only 10 bins with a volume approximately 500 kilo each were provided to collect the total waste generated in PKS. This situation promotes open dumping due not enough bins to collect all the waste. This is the data for composition of solid waste in PKS. The pink line will show the data for current semester and the green line will show for semester break. The waste composition during current semester was 35% of food waste, followed by aluminium, plastic, paper, glass, metal, cardboard, yard waste, wood and other with percentage of 31.6%, 10%, 9%, 8%, 7%, 5% and 2%. As for semester break, the waste composition 28% of food waste, followed by aluminium, paper, plastic, yard waste, cardboard, glass and wood, metal and others with percentage of 20.4%, 12%, 11%, 10%, 9%, 7%, 5% and 2%. The finding of this study revealed the generation and composition of solid waste in PKS with dominant of the waste was compostable organic or food waste. The study can also show that recycled waste has value to be collected and treated. Moisture content analysis was done to food waste and other organic waste only. The results show that for food waste, the average moisture content is 76.7% and for other organic waste is 57.6%. The value of sample during semester break is higher than sample 1 was due to raining season. Moisture is important for the activity of microbe because it increases the rate of metabolism. The activity of microbe is minimum when low moisture is provided. Through literature, moisture content between 40% and 60% during the composting process is considered to be most appropriate for successful composting process. The reduction in the value of moisture content at the end of composting is a positive sign of decomposition and it gives matured compost. This is the result for carbon to nitrogen ratio. For current semester, the CN ratio is 24:1, and for semester break, 22:1. This data is to indicate the organic matter from the waste has a potential source of nutrients for crops is used as fertilizer through composting. In order to facilitate composting, a suitable environment must exist where the microorganisms which degrade organic waste use carbon for energy and nitrogen for protein. A carbon to nitrogen ratio of around 20 to 30 parts carbon to 1 parts of nitrogen is considered ideal for composting. If the carbon and nitrogen are very high, the compost process becomes slow because too hot, and the composting organism will die. In this research, the results are show the waste as potential source of nutrient for crops if used as fertilizer through composting. From all the data obtained in the research, there are four potential of solid waste in PKS. First, improve public behavior, awareness and education. 2, waste recycling. Number 3, waste prevention and minimization. And lastly, composting. The four potential of solid waste in PKS was concluded in strategic recommendation as follows. First, composting facility should be prepared and enlarged to produce useful quality compost. The temperature for the process composting should be analyzed and maintained for pathogen destruction. 2. The generated waste, including hazardous waste, should be separated carefully and collected and stored properly. Recyclable material should be segregated and stored for selling to collector. Awareness and motivation should be created through dissemination of information and education about the impact of improper disposal of solid waste and their effect on surrounding environment. 4. Encouragement to the PKS community through awareness program to segregate, recycle, and reuse. It's also to investigate their responsibility and to find the level of awareness and education in order to save the environment. Do projection of generation rate by referring to the total population for every year and the total waste generated. The finding will help the management to prepare and improve the facility of solid waste management in future. As a conclusion, the generation of solid waste in PKS is 6,500 kg per week with 4,153 capita. The waste characterization identified food waste as having the highest average with 35% from total waste generated in PKS, as organic waste are not recyclable and the carbon to nitrogen ratio at potential level result, the most suitable approach is to use them for composting. For recyclable component, the potential higher demand is on aluminium, plastic, and metal. Sampling at the source gives a good understanding of waste that is generated and the entire solid waste component that actually generated by the source. Solid waste management in Polytechnic Kuching Sarawak can be improved through improving awareness, education, and technical skill of solid waste handling, promotes recycling behavior and programs among the community and composting project. A collective effort from all communities and units in PKS is the key of successful waste management implementation. Lastly, I want to take this opportunity to thank Polytechnic Kuching Sarawak organizer, panel, and reviewer for allowing me and my friend to present this paper. Thank you.